Hey everybody, welcome back to Business Resilience in the new normal, new episode today. And I'm so excited because we have some great stuff to talk about and I have someone with me. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Flavella Fongang. People know me as a brand strategist, but I do a lot of things. So as a brand strategist, I represent Free Colors Wool. Free Colors Wool is a branding and marketing agency, and I love what I do. People also know me as a speaker, a podcast, a mentor, a lot of things. Today I have with me Naomi Greatrex, who is the managing director of Eve Protection Solutions. Naomi, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well, thanks, Flavilla. Not too bad at all. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I mean, it's been amazing to do this session. I've learned so much, and I hope everybody as well is learning a lot. But before we go further, can you just introduce yourself?
Sure, yeah. So my name's Naomi Greatrex, and my business, Heath Protection Solutions, offers private clients and small businesses the opportunity to get real consultative advice on their insurance requirements, so protection solutions.
Yes, I can imagine, or maybe I'm just guessing, is the insurance business doing well right now? People are really concerned and trying to put everything in place before something bad happens.
Yeah, it's a really funny time actually. So I think people are very worried, and always insurance then is seen as being much more important, because I talk about sort of life insurance, disability cover, critical illness. So it's all, you know, things which people are obviously really, really worried about at the moment. So yeah, it's a strange time, but it's a time where people are really thinking about what types of insurance they need, which is because, you know, it's really important that we consider, you know, what insurance we have and what insurance we need. But also I think it's a difficult time for people committing, because they're not sure, you know, about their jobs necessarily, and you know, the situation as a whole. So yeah, it's a strange time in insurance. It's good and a difficult time.
And difficult time, yes. And that leads me to the first question, which is, well, how should companies, or maybe people behind the company, prepare themselves during and after the lockdown? What do you think that they should be doing?
Yeah, so I think it's obviously a really difficult time for businesses at the moment, and you know, people are rightly quite worried about what's going to happen, and you know, how long it's going to take to get back to business and what that business is going to look like. So now is a really good time, I think, to assess what your business needs.
Yeah.
You know, look at what you've put in place before, possibly with regards to any sort of insurance on yourself, key person cover, looking at where your risks sit as a business. And I think although it is a difficult time, because we are on lockdown, it does give us more time to think about things. And people are really starting to assess, you know, possibly those parts of their business that they haven't had the time to consider when you're at work. And I think now's a really good time, therefore, to consider what insurance you have, maybe reviewing what you've put in place before. And if it's still relevant, you know, have you got the right life insurance for yourself, for your key people? Have you reviewed it recently? What's the term on your insurance policies? Does it still cover what you need? Can you get it cheaper? You know, has the market changed? Because all these insurance policies, although the market is difficult, are all still available. We can still set up insurance for people and help them review their needs. Life insurance, critical illness, protecting their income. Although we are in the middle of a pandemic, you know, these insurance companies are all still working with us, which is great. So it means that we can still talk to our clients and give them a really good service. So I think really it's understanding what you've got in place, reviewing it, does it still do what you think it should do, and getting ready for the next stage so that you're prepared when we all go back and you feel confident that you've reviewed these financial risks, I guess. Because I think like life insurance is one of those things that people always put off. It's like that people think they'll do later. Much like a will, it goes in the same, I think, in that same situation, that people often put it off. But now is obviously a really good time to review.
Can I ask you a question relating to that? Do you think now that we're working remotely, they should pay attention? Is there a different type of insurance needed for remote work?
With what, sorry?
You know, when it comes to now people are working remotely, so a lot of employees remotely, is it a different type of insurance that is needed now?
It's not necessarily a different type of insurance, because it depends on what types of insurance you're looking for.
Okay.
So I think, no, I think life insurance is life insurance, and it maybe disability cover could be slightly different depending on what your work role is, or if it's going to change, you know, because that could have an effect. But I think it's not going to change because you're working remotely. I just think it gives you the time to review what you've got.
But I was more talking as a business itself. If you are a business now, your employees are working remotely. Do you need to have a different type of insurance in place, and you know, your liability in your liability insurance or so forth? Or do you think that's something that they should, you know, it's automatically?
Definitely, yeah. I don't cover liability insurance, so not necessarily my area of expertise. Mine would be more assessing the risk for your key people.
Okay,
so that would be really what I would be looking at. But yeah, I would say that liability insurance, I think the whole of your insurance spectrum within a business needs to be reviewed now, because of different requirements, and also the time in your hands to review what you need.
Good answer. How can they improve and maintain business continuity whether or not we are hit by another peak? I think you kind of answered this as well. You answered this question already, but I don't know if is anything else that you want to add to this question?
I think it's difficult from my perspective on that question. I think, yeah, you know, people just need to use their time wisely at the moment to make sure they're prepared and make sure that their business is protected.
Yeah, that's good. And how have you helped your clients through this?
Yeah, so this is an interesting one. Through the COVID crisis, because the market changed instantly, you know. So I was obviously advising small businesses on their need for key man cover and, you know, protecting themselves with life insurance and income protection. And these all take underwriting. So when we submit an application into the insurance companies, it's what's called a fully underwritten plan, which means that they have to collect medical evidence and write to GPs. And so that's been very, very difficult because of the crisis. So we've been going back and reassessing with our clients exactly, you know, what's needed and why. Maybe looking at, because we're whole of market, we have access to all insurance companies. And I would say some insurance companies have been much better than others. So it's been talking to the insurance companies, the ones that we have really good relationships with, and making sure that our clients can get the cover that they want, even in a really difficult crisis. So it may be negotiating if a client's had a medical privately, can we get the insurance company to take that into consideration and use it? You know, can we talk to our clients directly instead of writing out to the GP? And it's really, because of the knowledge that I have of the insurance market, it's really putting that to a test, I guess. Yeah. So you're having a relationship with the insurance companies and going back and negotiating terms, which is really important, because clients really want the cover now, right? Even more, you know, they wanted it before and we're applying for them, but now people really want to make sure that their insurance policies are in place and they're covered. So I think really it's been a lot of negotiation, rewriting the policy. So we've done a lot of, you know, moving a policy from one insurer to another because of the difference in the opinion of how they write a case. It's been really challenging, actually, I would say. But I'm really pleased to say that we've managed to get all of the insurance policies that we needed to get through. We can negotiate. We've been able to do that for our clients. So that's been really important.
That's actually a good point. And I think that's also what sets the difference between shopping online for your insurance and actually talking to a specialist who can really look into the details of what you are actually covered for. And I think that's a mistake that you say, like, small businesses or entrepreneurs make, and you go online and look for insurance, but actually you don't know what you're running for. And when you are in trouble, you realize that, wait a minute, I wasn't actually covered the way I expected to be covered, right?
Exactly. And also the insurance companies are really different in their opinion of different underwriting philosophies. So you can have high blood pressure, for example, and one insurer will view that very differently to another. So you'll get very different rates, or they may require different evidence. And so it's really important to be able to understand that when you're giving advice, even more so at the moment.
Wow, yeah, okay. Very good information. And again, something quickly you answered that as well. What can businesses learn post COVID-19? Is there anything else that you want to add?
I just think I think insurance for lots of small businesses is always on the back burner.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I myself as well, I run my own business, you know, you're busy every day, and things like life insurance, key person cover, shareholder protection is insurance you know that you need, but isn't actually insurance that you necessarily get around to doing. So I think it's really about making sure that you've got a financial plan in place and get into those things that aren't necessarily the nice to do things, but are the really important things that you know you need.
Yes, I think it's exactly what you're saying. People don't want to pay for something that they think that they might not need. So they leave it in the back burner, thinking, you know, I don't need it. But now I realize of post-COVID-19, the importance of preparation and preparing yourself for the worst, you know, and I've done that, you know, we talk about, you know, ability to just work remotely or ability to just provide the services online or, you know, all sort of things like that, and having insurance in place, having data protection in place, and all the different elements that we think that, you know, I don't need it right now. It's not something that I need to focus on. Preparing to keep you resilient. You know, that's what this new normal. It's about really building the resilience that everybody's, you know, is craving for. And I think as a business, you know, people listening to this, it's super important that you do your best to prepare for another you know, worst case. Even if it doesn't happen, at least you know you have that to save you from the worst. Next question: as you as a business, how have you been coping with the situation? What have you put in place?
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I think we are quite flexible in the way that we're able to work, fortunately, in financial services. We've all been working from home. So my administrator and my contacts none of us are working together. So it is difficult. But I think because with financial services, a lot of it is able to be done remotely. You know, I can talk to my clients either by a Zoom call like this or pick up the phone and you can have a conversation. Fortunately, I think for financial services, we can continue to give advice and it hasn't really had a massive impact. I think having the relationship with your team and being able to see your team on a regular basis, so it does feel more remote. So it's just making sure, I guess, that you're still staying connected with your team and understand exactly what's going on. Because I think we're fortunate in financial services that we've been able to continue working and I can still help my clients in the same way, which is fabulous.
Do you think I'm probably just me thinking, you know, far ahead, but do you think people should act on insurance now? Do you think the insurance rates will go up?
I think it's really interesting because I think that is definitely, you know, a possibility, and it's something I'm saying to clients, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with rates, how the insurance market will react. Certainly, you know, you've seen an introduction now of on some applications questions around COVID-19 symptoms. So that's very interesting. You know, they move pretty quickly to start asking those sort of questions, and I think that's only the beginning of it as the pandemic, you know, progresses, and you know the life insurance market has to change with that. So I think it's really important if people want insurance to make sure that they take it out now, because the premiums are fixed and guaranteed, you know, and they know they have that, and also it's an underwritten policy and it's based on your health at the moment. So if you're fit and healthy, you know, now is a good time to take out insurance. Absolutely. Because it's underwritten and you know you have that insurance in place.
Yes, absolutely. So don't, again, as we say, don't wait for the worst to happen, because when the worst happens, that's already too late. Last question, and it's really more related to us as, you know, working with us. What did you learn working with Three Colours Wool?
Yeah, so it's really interesting. I've loved working with you, Flavia. But when we met, it was really interesting because you were talking to me about changing my strategy and thinking about my story. And that was really interesting, and how I'm going to put that into how I can get that across to my clients, because I think what I do is quite, you know, it's not the most interesting topic necessarily. Financial services, when you're talking to people, you need to tell them the story behind it, you know, behind the clients that you've helped, behind the job that you do and why you do it. And I think you've really, you know, you really made me think about making what I do more personal, and how I can project that to my clients.
And what you do is so, so important. I mean, I've known Naomi for, gosh, I've been probably 4 or 5 years now. And, you know, and she's really passionate about what she does. And I really recommend to get in touch with you. So Naomi, how can we get in touch with you?
Okay, so you can email me on my email address at Naomi, naomi@heathprotection.co.uk, or you can give me a call on my mobile on 07506 928 246, or you can visit my website and complete a contact us, and we can contact you via that way.
Right, she just give a mobile number to the entire world.
Oh no, that's true, isn't it?
It's okay, it will be fine. Don't worry about it. If you just have to change your number after that, you never know. But in terms of,
no,
it's okay. Don't worry about it. But I love that. That's why I love her. But also, us, you know, contact us for free brand assessment, just to get an idea in terms of what are the opportunities that you're missing out. We've been doing a lot of work and helping our clients get to the next level and with their brand and make sure that they stay resilient. And this is what this series is all about. So you can learn from them. So visit freecolorswood.com. Obviously, if you want to stay in touch with me, I'm super active on LinkedIn and so as well on Instagram and Twitter. So please follow us. I'm easy to be found, Flavilla, and there's not many of them. Naomi, it was a pleasure to do this with you.
Oh, lovely to speak to you, Flavilla. It's been so much fun.
Pleasure, everybody. See you very soon. Bye-bye.